Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown. And I'm going to go ahead and just get these guests right on. Trevor and Juan representing the Patriots.
How's it going, guys?
And
that wasn't that corny, by the way.
Captain D representing the Miami Dolphins. All right, I heard corny. What is going on with corny? Are you making fun of Pinto Ron?
Nah, it was doing. When he introduced it, I was like, yeah. I was like, he thought I was corny.
My guns, man. Those are my guns, man. Hey, man, that intro gets me going, man. All right, that guy is exciting. So, what's up, guys?
Not
Doing
much,
good, man. Doing good.
All right, you guys. Are Trevor and Juan? First of all, how you guys feeling? Because we weren't on last week. Are you feeling better or what?
Feeling pretty good. You know, last week was a good win. Last week, it was pretty good.
So you guys are feeling yourselves a little bit.
I wouldn't say all that. It was just, it was happy good to win. A lot of things to improve, but it was all right. It was cool.
Oh, okay. We got somebody talking already. Let me go get the marshmallows before we begin the roast of the Dolphins. Oh boy.
Oh man.
So how you feeling, Captain D? I know that was a tough loss. 35-0. What the hell happened?
Listen, with all that being said, our home opener, 35-0. Hey, we can only look up now. It's game 2.
Only look up.
It's game 2. Let's move it. Let's move on. That's the past. It's time to start building. We got a good backup in Jacoby Brissett. Let's not take this as a lightly. The Raiders are a tough team. Forget the Vegas Strip. Let's go in there, handle business, and keep moving forward.
Positive thinking. I like it, Captain. Miami. Oh,
that's just wrong.
Oh no! What happened here?
Oh, I love
the jokes.
So, as everybody knows, Tua's out till week 6, possibly longer. I guess we're gonna get right on this. Just guys, what do you guys think about Tua, man? I'm just curious. You guys think that he is going to be the Dolphins' long-term quarterback? Trevor and Juan, I'm just curious. What do you guys think about that?
If I say that I'm going to miss him because he was always an easy bet for the under, does that explain how I feel about him?
Okay. Captain D, you're the Dolphin guy, so what the hell's going on in Tank for Tua land? What is going on there?
Listen, injuries happen. This is the NFL. Injuries happen, guys. We all know that. So it's that's why.
So you're saying it would have been what 50-0 if he stayed in, because it would have been worse, bro.
Hey, this ball game.
Let's be real.
This ball game would have been a lot different. I'm not saying that we would have won, but it would have been a lot more different.
Yeah,
the second possession of the game, our starting quarterback. I mean, think about it, guys. Come on now. If each of our starting quarterbacks were injured on the second possession of the game, of course it's a big game changer, no matter how much the preparation is. But, hey, we've invested in Jacoby Brissett. We're good to go.
We'll get on that. We're going to get on the Tua thing later, because that's just I totally disagree there. So, guys, we're going to start with we'll go ahead and start with the Patriots beating the Jets 25-6. Guys, tell me, you guys actually watched the whole game. You were there, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about it, man. How does Zach Wilson look? Did he look like a stud quarterback or what?
He looked like a quarterback from BYU. That's exactly what he looked like. For me, honestly speaking, he threw 4 picks. He threw 4 picks. 3 of the 4 picks that he threw, I was like, what was he thinking? For the most part, the Jets as a whole played well. Just like a quarterback, the Jets played well. They ran the ball very well. The defense made the stops they had to make, but the quarterback, Zach Wilson, literally stalled them every single time. And also, I knew from out the gate that it's going to be one of those games there. The Jets are going to have their way. The first possession, it was clearly a fumble. We clearly fumbled the ball. It should have been Jets football. but they picked the challenge flag up because they felt that it wasn't enough evidence. But I'm like, it clearly was. That was definitely a fumble, and a lot of us, especially we were around a lot of Jet fans in the stadium, and they were like, "Come on, pick the it's a challenge." We thought that it was a challenge, but they turned the ball over, but they picked the flag up. But for the most part, it was just Zach Wilson's just. I never seen the appeal in him anyway.
So it was a typical Belichick going after the rookie quarterback, correct?
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
He seems to dominate rookie quarterbacks. I mean, even Allen, his rookie season, I love Allen, but he loves going against rookie quarterbacks, man. He does. Now, I don't know too much about Zach Wilson. I thought he looked okay week 1, but I had a feeling going against you guys it was going to be a disaster, and it sure was. 4 interceptions. I mean, that's about as bad as you can get. That's like Nathan Peterman bad almost. Peterman would have thrown it. Almost. I did say almost. I said almost. Like it would have been 4 interceptions in like the second quarter already for our guy. But hey, not our guy anymore. That's the Raiders, bro.
It was pretty close.
Yeah. So now on to the Bills killing the Fish. 35-0. Did you guys think that score was going to be like that, or you thought it was going to be closer?
No, I thought at least they'll score.
You thought they were going to score?
At least score a few. I know they're going to win the game, but just at least score.
I mean, did you think that game was going to be a little closer, or you just thought it was kind of be like a 10-point game or 7-point? Like, how did you feel like that game was going to roll?
At least 2 possessions.
I knew Bills were going to comfortably win. I just didn't know that they were going to do that again.
Yeah. I didn't either.
Yeah, the Bills literally scored over 90 points in the last 2 times you've played.
Yeah.
There's something you should probably do about that next time you play, because that's ridiculous.
Right. See, I predicted it 37-19. I thought they would at least get something, right? Like something. And bro, listen, the Bills defense right now is for at least through the first 2 weeks.
The pass rush is there.
Bro, yes, the pass rush is there. The cornerback play is pretty damn good. Trey's still locking down number 1s pretty well. And bro, we brung it. The thing with Tua, and I knew we were going to bring it, it's because I didn't see any change in week 1 from Tua from week 17. He looked like the same quarterback, which is he's just a game manager. He doesn't do anything. I didn't see. And if you take him off his first read, that's where he gets flustered and he makes so many mistakes. And I just knew that we were going to dial it up. I didn't know we were going to dial it up that much on blitzes, but we brung everybody. We brung safeties, corners, linebackers, edge rushers. We just brung it every time. And there was no difference when Jacoby came in. He was flustered too. So I just think our defense was lights out in that game. Even really against Pittsburgh, we played well. We didn't play well enough on offense. It is what it is. But what do you feel, Captain D? What what totally went wrong there? I mean, I know you said Tua coming out, but I have to disagree. I think if Tua stayed in, just the way the game was already starting to go, it was not going to get any better from that point on. Like I think Jacoby actually came in and gave you some kind of veteran presence, and he did okay. He didn't do terrible, but he just couldn't avoid the blitz, man.
Well, if you asked me to pick a game off of my team's schedule of which game would you pick for your starting quarterback to get knocked out after the second possession, I wouldn't pick the Buffalo Bills for that to happen to, even though it's at home. But that being said, I mean, a lot of this is coaching, I believe. That we've got to adjust. I think that we did a better job adjusting against the Patriots. We were able to pull that win off. But against the Buffalo Bills, the writing was on the wall. Josh Allen is our kryptonite right now. And it's not. It's just we needed Tua. And I think it's a fair assessment right now about Tua that you're given. He was knocked out of the game. So we're still searching for those answers.
And maybe the big difference, too, you guys didn't really have any big key turnovers. You had one. Howard got an interception. But other than that, week 1, you guys had some pretty big turnovers that kind of twisted the game around, right? We got a comment here for you, buddy. This is strictly for you, and it's Tua blows. And that's my buddy Brian at Breaking Tables.
Yep.
Brian at Breaking Tables. He wanted to know what we talked about Monday, and I pretty much told him he shit all over Tua. That was pretty much for 1 hour straight. That was the topic of conversation. Yeah. So moving on, guys. Week 3. We got some good games, man. We got Miami at the Las Vegas, Saints at the Patriots, and Washington football team at the Bills. So we'll start with the Saints at the Patriots. So you guys, how do you think this game's going to go? What do you guys need to do to pull this victory off?
I think this is going to be another defensive struggle. Both defenses are pretty good, and the Saints lost a lot of coaches and defensive players when they got destroyed last week. They're all coming back now. So this is going to be defensive struggle. I honestly don't even know if anybody's even scoring 20 points, to be honest. This because Jameis is going to do Jameis stuff on Belichick's defense, so I don't have to worry about them putting up many points. But as conservative as the Patriots offense was against the lowly Jets, I can only imagine how it will be against a much better team in the New Orleans Saints. So this is going to be crazy. To be honest, I don't have much of a clue what's going to happen. I just know it's going to be low scoring. It's going to be ugly. Like, most people are not going to watch this game. That I tell you right now.
Except for us.
Yeah, well, obviously. It's going to be a defensive struggle. Yeah.
I also expect Alvin Kamara to be completely out of the game.
Belichick. That's what we deem it.
Belichick, yeah. He's not going to be a factor at all. They're going to make Jameis Winston throw the football. And
to nobody,
but as Jameis Winston, as great as he played in week 1 against the Packers, we're gonna start seeing that famous Jameis apple turnover type of quarterback we're gonna see again. I expect him to make mistakes against this defense, and I think we win the game, but it'd be very ugly. If we're able to run the ball very well, we should be fine. To control the time of possession, I think we'll be fine. But it's definitely gonna be a very, very ugly game.
So you think it's going to be kind of a defensive battle? Both offenses maybe make.
Yeah, similar to week 1.
Okay,
yeah.
So a few mistakes on both sides, but you guys will have more of the turnovers basically. At the end of the day, to okay. Yeah. See, now just quick question: Jameis been in the league a while. We all know Jameis Winston. We all know that he could put up some yards and he can do that, but he also could put up some yards for the defense, right? So, how has Belichick played him in the past? Has Belichick ever played?
Only one time. It was 2017 on a Thursday night game, and I hate Thursday games because those are the most unpredictable ones. Weird voodoo things happen on Thursday night games, but in that game, Winston was able to move the ball down the field, but never could hit pay dirt. Nick Folk, who's our kicker now, missed like 5 field goals in that game. That's how Patriots escaped with the victory. Yeah, it was at Tampa at that game.
Okay. And Jameis played okay, or he was
okay. He was okay. He just couldn't score.
Did okay. And what do you think, Captain D, about this game? Who you got? What do you think the Patriots? Who you got the Saints? What are you thinking about this game?
I'm thinking the Saints on this game. You know, I do respect Bill Belichick, obviously, the game plan, the coaching, all that good stuff. But I do think this is week 3. Sean Payton's a great coach. I think he's in a game plan very well for Mac Jones. They got some more 3 weeks of footage on him. I got the Saints a little more firepower. I got the Saints on this one.
Okay. Okay. I mean, listen. So here's how I see it. The Saints, like they said, I think. Listen, I don't have faith in Jameis. I just don't. Okay, I don't think he's god awful, but he's a good backup. You know who he reminds me of? Fitzmagic a little bit, right? So he has those games where he can light it up, but then he comes right back the next week and throws 4 interceptions. Like, that's like Jameis. Like, I don't think that will ever stop. That's just in his DNA. That's how he plays football, and it is what it is. So I think Belichick is gonna. Like they said, they're going to stop the run. They're going to set. I don't see the Saints winning. I think the Patriots are going to win this game. I think like they said, it's going to be kind of an ugly game, a low scoring game. But the Patriots probably will squeak this out. Plus, they're at home. Home game. I don't think the Saints are going to bring it, man.
It's tough.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm not like big on your team. The thing with you guys, I still don't think Mac Jones is the answer. And I know it's only week 2, but he had a decent game against the Dolphins week 1, but he looked like more of a game manager week 2 against a Jets team that he should have kind of played better than he did against, right? The Dolphins. I mean, he should have looked better. 100%. You know what I mean? Against a bad football team. That Jets team may not win a game. Like, they're bad. They're really bad. But
that's why when I got out that game last week, I wasn't happy. I didn't like what I saw. Offensively, I didn't like what. Defensively was fine. Offensively, I didn't like what I saw.
I mean, it's a typical Belichick defense right now. I mean, from what I'm seeing, it hasn't changed. You guys are always usually a tough team to play, at least when you're going against them on the defense side. How's your tight ends? I'm just curious because I haven't really watched your games. Is it a good signing right now with the 2, or what do you guys feel about that right now?
Hunter Henry was hurt almost all preseason, so he's coming back. He had a couple of catches last week. It was pretty good. He was getting open too, so that's a good sign for us. Jonnu Smith is the move tight end, so he's the one that catches the screens. He gets the underneath stuff and does something with the ball. It's up to Jones to hit him. That's what he wasn't doing against the Jets. That's because he had Jonnu a few times that he didn't hit him. And I think he missed one. I don't think it was a touchdown, but he missed a nice bomb to Hunter Henry. He missed it last week. So last week obviously was not a good day for Mac Jones. So
but
we'll
see if he bounces
so
back.
far they're doing their thing.
Okay. The next we're going to get to the most important game of the week: Jets versus Denver. In Denver, we all probably know what's going to happen, but Trevor Juan, how do you think this game's going to get played out?
Especially it being in Denver, I expect the Jets to not only lose this game, but pretty much get blown out. Now, but don't get me wrong, the Jets played well as far as like running the ball very well. The defense played well. Just the quarterback was just pretty bad, but I don't see that happening. First of all, they're playing in a place where it's hard to breathe. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's tough right then and there. And I think Teddy Bridgewater, especially they'll let Vic Fangio will let him do his thing and throw the ball a lot more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially with how injured the defense is for the Jets, I think they're gonna pretty much attack them in all areas. So I think they should win this game by at least by 10 points or more.
Yeah, they should cover. They're favored by 10.5.
Yeah,
they should cover.
Yeah. What about you, Captain D? What you think?
I got Denver on this one all the way. Zach Wilson, can he bounce back from 4 interceptions? It's going to be tough on the road. I got Denver on this one. They're playing well. Denver all the way.
Yeah. I feel the same way, man. This is I feel bad for Zach Wilson. I said that in the beginning, if you guys remember. I said Zach Wilson he got put in a really shitty situation, man. Like, I just anything the Jets have been doing is just bad. They don't have a good backup quarterback for him to talk to. I keep saying how important that is.
I don't even know who it is.
I have no idea. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Like if we don't know that, like, I don't even give a shit if the guy's 45. If I know the name, I'll be like, okay, yeah, that guy. Mark Brunell. He's back. But at least he's talking to him.
We were walking outside the stadium after the beatdown, and there were fans asking us who were their backup quarterback was.
Someone, a Jet fan said, if you could tell us our backup quarterback, we give $100. I said, sir, I don't even know who your backup quarterback is. I really don't know. And then he said, neither do we. I'm like, he's following the team. So like, wow.
That's bad, dude.
It's Mike White is the backup quarterback right now.
What is that? What is that? Oh, my gosh.
Look at this. Who would have thought the Broncos possibly 3-0? They're going to be 3-0. Like, that possibly. If they lose, shame on them, bro. There's no freaking way
that
the Jets should win this game. Like, I'm sorry.
Drew Lock could beat them. Like, stop. Like,
yeah. I just in Denver. I just listen, after throwing a 4 interception game, like I said, man, to bounce back and have a good game against a pretty solid defense at Denver. Not going to happen, man. I think that dude's going to be on his back a lot.
Miller's back.
And I just don't see it happening, man. I think that's going to be a nasty, ugly game for the Jets. I don't see him scoring much, man. Maybe 10 points at best, man. And that's being nice. They haven't done much. So their week 1 was okay, but Carolina's defense is tough. I'm shocked they even kind of put up a little battle. But yeah, no, man. So moving on to Captain D's team, Miami versus the Raiders in Las Vegas. Captain D, what do you guys got to do to win, man?
Well, Jacoby Brissett's got to play well. That's the key here. Jacoby Brissett, he's got a week game film preparation. He's got to play well. You know, obviously against the Buffalo Bills, he struggled a little bit, but he's got a full week now. Offensive line has got to try and come together as a unit. This defensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders, they wreak havoc right now. So we got to protect Jacoby, maybe try and get the running game going, get Waddle open a little bit, and pull this thing out in Las Vegas.
All right. Trevor Juan, what you think, man? What do you think about this game?
Yeah, their line needs to show some type of pulse. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for them. And I believe they're getting Will Fuller back. So they're going to have a full, healthy receiving core. We believe this will be the first time everybody's playing together. But, I mean, if the line gets their ass whooped the way they have been getting their ass whooped, then it doesn't matter if they're there or not. That they have to fix that line. And Jacoby likes to hold the ball for 50 years. So he's not going to do himself any favors either.
Right.
So, good luck on a white-hot Derek Carr.
Right.
Since Oakland, since the Raiders have played two very, very good teams, three good defenses in Buffalo, in Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Yes, they played two really, really good teams back to back. So I think now they have that confidence, especially saying, hey, they weren't really expected to win those games. They did pull it out. I think especially how the weaknesses in Miami right now, especially with everything going on right now, I think they feel like they may have a certain type of swagger to them, and they may take advantage on that part. So, for the most part, I think the Raiders should have pretty decent time. I'm getting to Jacoby, and yeah, I think it may be an ugly game, a very, very, very long game for Miami, unfortunately. But yeah, the Raiders look good right now.
Yeah. So, listen, in Las Vegas. They play two very good teams, like you guys said. I don't think Miami's going to win this game. I really don't. Backup quarterback. Listen, Brissett's okay. I'm not saying he's awful. He's a good backup quarterback.
I agree.
But he's not obviously the answer. He's not Ryan Fitzpatrick. There's going to be no magic this game. Okay, there's no Brissett magic. The only thing good going for Miami is their running backs, I believe, is going to be out for Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So that's a good thing. But other than that, I mean, you're really, to be honest with you, your only hope is to get Nathan Peterman in there. So I'm being real with you.
Derek Carr.
Listen, I'm being real. If Derek Carr goes out of that game, they're in some deep shit. They are in some really deep shit moving forward because Gruden loves him some Nathan Peterman. If you guys ever hear Gruden talk, you would think Nathan Peterman's like Tom Brady 2.0. I don't know why, but dude, that guy should not even be in any league, and he is in the fucking NFL, man. It's amazing. But no, I think the Raiders at home, man. I think they're playing really good ball right now. They're feeling themselves, man. They played two really good teams, and they've won. They won pretty good, man. I don't see you guys. And by the way, your O line is just it's bad, bro. Your O line is horrendous right now. I think your best thing going for you guys right now is your defense, and that's the cornerbacks. I think your defensive line is suspect. Your corners are very good. I'll give it to your corners. Your linebackers are like they don't do anything for me either. Also, what is crazy to me is like I know you said if Tua would have stayed in, but bro, like you guys have a really good tight end in Gesicki. Really good. I think he's underrated. I would love. And I felt like when you guys had Fitz last year, you guys threw him. You saw the potential there in Gesicki. But once you guys put Tua in, Gesicki was like nowhere to be found again. Like, and it's sad, man. And I just don't feel like you guys throw him the ball enough, man. And if you look, when Jacoby came into the Bills game, Gesicki got involved in the offense. Like You see it right there. Like, he is the guy, man, that you guys are going to be throwing to. Will Fuller getting him back, obviously, is good for you guys. But listen, got to have a quarterback to throw it to him. I don't give a shit who you guys got out there. It don't matter. It don't matter. If your offensive line ain't protecting and your quarterback ain't reading their first reads right, he's done. And I just don't think – I think Jacoby's going to be in for a long day. Put it that way. Next game, Washington at the Bills. What do you guys think, Trevor Juan? How do you think that game's going to get played out, man?
I'm picking you guys to win, obviously. I mean, to me, Washington's defense isn't as good as it was. Isn't as good as it was like portrayed to be, honestly speaking, especially against the Giants. Now I know they were playing against on a short week at home and everything, but Daniel Jones and Sterling Shepard was literally all over the place in that game. It was like who? Like, where's this defense? Where's the defense that you thought that they said, oh, we're going to be top 5 defense in the league? Like where was it? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of concerning to me. And now that, especially since I'm not really too keen on their secondary, I hope so, because Stephon Diggs is on my fantasy team. They explode. They explode on the secondary. But yeah, that's. If they can't if they can't get to the quarterback, then it's like they are going to struggle defensively. So that's just how I see it. You guys should be able to take control of this game. You know,
you should be fine for the most part. Allen has some interesting first 2 games though. So if he is the Josh Allen that he's supposed to be,
which I believe he is,
this will be a beating. And this is Taylor Heineke's first road game, so we have no idea how that's gonna go. I'm pretty sure Trey White and them will destroy him. You guys will be fine. It should have a simple win by 10 points, I think, in this game. I think.
No. I agree. Captain D, what do you think, man? I got my dog barking in the background.
Yeah, I got Buffalo. I got Buffalo in this one all the way too. The Washington defense I thought was going to be a lot better. I got Buffalo picking them apart on this one, and it's not going to be an easy win, but I got them about 10 to 14 points winning this game easily.
Yeah. So how I think this game's going to go is really bad for Washington. I like their defensive front. I do. I think they got one of the better defensive front. Chase Young, Sweat. They got a mean defensive line there. I like it a lot. But their linebackers are bad. They have a bad linebackers. Their cornerbacks are average at best, once again. And their offense is where it all lies, and I just do not trust Taylor Heinicke, whatever the hell you want to call him. He's only played a handful of games, if that. I think NFL defenses are getting film on this guy now. They're seeing what he likes to do, what he doesn't like. And, bro, Leslie Frazier is one of the best defensive coordinators out there. He's going to pick this guy apart. He's going to basically take his reads away, mess with his head a little bit. That's how I see the game going. And, bro, I think it's going to look just like it was against the Dolphins. He's going to be throwing a lot of different blitzes out there, and I think he's just going to be looking at ghosts, man. I think he's going to make a lot of mistakes. It's going to be an eye awakening. You know, like, put it this way. Washington, they have to draft a quarterback. He is not the answer.
Yes.
He is not the answer for that team. And yeah, it just seems like they're doing the same old, let's get this guy. Maybe he's I see him as like Gardner Minshew. So he's getting that little hype around it. But once defenses watch a film on him, look what happened to Gardner Minshew after a season. That was a wrap. That was it. It was over, right? Because he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. Gardner Minshew will always be a backup. I'll give you another example. Duck Hodges had a little hype for about a game or two. And so Buffalo destroyed him. And that was it for the Duck man. I mean, it happens a lot. So I don't think they have a chance. I think our offense also will finally get on a roll. Yeah. Like, I kind of saw it happening in the second half in the Miami game. I still don't think our offensive line is really helping too much, and I'm not crazy on the play calling, but we're going to get to that later. But I don't see this game being close. I just don't. We're at home. And like I said, it's a quarterback who hasn't even played a handful of games going against a the number 2 ranked defense. It's just not. I don't see him having a good game. So now, moving on, I do want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly for the first 2 weeks of the season for each team. And I guess we will go ahead and start with the Patriots. Trevor Juan, give it to me, man.
My good, obviously, is the defense. It's the secondary. Secondary, the linebackers. I think the secondary for me is the good. I mean, they've made plays. They've especially J.C. Jackson. My opinion, just well, without having Stephon Gilmore, he's still. I mean, he led number 2 in the interceptions last year. So I think that he's picking up where he left off. Ball hawking a lot, just pretty much making quarterbacks uncomfortable, especially receivers uncomfortable. Honestly speaking, but that's my good for at least. The secondary, the secondary. I can't say the whole defense because we're gonna get to that in a second. Yeah, any good on your part?
Pass rush. The pass rush is there, but when you play against Miami's offensive line and the Jets' offensive line, it's hard to say that. So we didn't get a real test. At least the Saints' offensive line is good,
right? This is why it's only after week 2. Now we're gonna be going back to do this in about 4 more weeks, and this all could change. The good could turn into ugly really quick, right? So for now, this is it. Right.
Yeah. The bad, I will say the Patriots run defense. Both teams were able to run the football on them, and I don't like that very much. So I've seen a couple problems in the last game setting the edge. The inside run stoppage hasn't been really all that in the game last week. So that's the bad. The ugly is this overrated thing I call our offensive line. Our right tackle in particular.
Isaiah Wynn.
That's our left tackle. He's garbage, yes.
He's garbage.
But the right tackle has been worse because Trent Brown was hurt. So they have Yasir Durant as the backup, and he's just a turnstile. It's very, very bad. And he's going against Cameron Jordan. That's a problem. So that scares the hell out of me. So the tackle positions in particular, both of them, ugly, disgusting. That has to be fixed. Otherwise, your prediction will be correct on the Patriots this year.
Okay. All right. Got to get to a quick sponsor real quick. Give me 1 second, guys.
Summertime. Great for relaxing with friends and enjoying Pioneer Summer Fun. Ready, OJ? Ready. Ready, OJ? Ready. I think it's time for a tree sweet break. Me too. Okay, boss. This is Patrol Hill.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
All right. That's King Cobra. You guys haven't got any. It's really good malt liquor. All right, back to the conversation. So, on to the Dolphins. The good, the bad, the ugly. Captain D, man, give it to me, man.
This is going to sound really weird to have the good and the bad in the same category as the defense. The good, 24 straight games with a turnover. Come on now. 24 straight games. Jerome Baker with the strip. Xavier Howard with the pick. the bad. The 35-0 loss. The middle of the no pass rush. The middle of the defense being wide open. No changes with coaching. And the ugly, of course, the offensive line is no protection. Tua is on IR. Jacoby Brissett struggled also. There is no protection. That's my good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right. So I got to get in mine. It's all good. There's nothing bad. There's nothing ugly. We are the best. No. All right. So the good is the defense. Our defense is right now through 2 weeks. We're legit. We look legit. Yep. Gregory Rousseau is looking legit, like I said he would. So we are, let's see here. We are first in yards allowed, and we are number 3 in points allowed. Like, we are not giving up much. That's the good. The bad is Brian Dable, offensive coordinator. Hate to say it. I know a lot of Bills fans love him. Many people who know me know that I am not a Dable fan. I am just putting up with it because he will be gone probably after the season. But I feel like his play calling this season, he is not helping Josh Allen out at all. He is, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just not helping him. The play calls have been bad, to be honest with you. He's not letting Allen get in a rhythm. He's not really calling plays that like set Allen up for anything that's good, let's say. He's not letting Allen roll out. There's no play action passes anymore. We are down in all stats as far as last season's passing. As far as play action, the percentage is down. RPOs are down. It's just bad. The ugly is the offensive line. The offensive line has been really, really bad. The Steelers just totally steamrolled through them. Darrell Williams, who we just signed to a big contract, is playing terrible. And Deion Dawkins is finally getting back to Deion Dawkins, right? So that's the ugly right now. They have to fix that because that's a big reason why Josh is struggling, to be honest with you. I feel like Josh is just getting a lot of pressure put on him. And Josh just needs to start rolling out, man. He has to. If this offensive line continues that way, you got to get out of the pocket, brother. You just do, because Josh Allen, I think he's one of the best in throwing on the run. So that's my good, bad, and ugly. They got to fix the offensive line. Dable has to get his shit together, and the good is the defense.
That's crazy how all three are uglies are our offensive lines for our respective teams. That's very
isn't that bad? Isn't that really shitty? Bro, offense, listen, I always said, man, listen, it all starts up front. You can have an average quarterback look pretty damn good if you have a really good offensive line. Some of the best quarterbacks, like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they had really good offensive lines. Even now, Tom Brady, his age, he's behind one of the best offensive line in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady's jersey is not getting much dirt on it. I mean, you really have to bring it, and you got to have a really hell of a defense to get Tom Brady on the ground. Just the way these are just facts. Look at Peyton Manning when he went and played for Denver. What was his biggest problem with the Colts at the end? His offensive line started getting older. Yep. He couldn't take the hits. The Colts knew they needed to get a younger quarterback and look, even the younger quarterback couldn't even stay in the league long. And he was a hell of a quarterback, Andrew Luck. But the line was so bad, dude was getting killed. So he went to Denver, and Denver had one of the best lines at that time. And, bro, that's all you need. And that dude won a Super Bowl. So, bro, offensive line is so important, man. And, listen, the thing with our offensive line, at least, it's the same line from last season. I just thought it would get a little better because everybody was returning healthy. And it just seems like we're off to a kind of a rocky start. So I'm hoping they get their shit together, or it's going to be a long season for,
That's scary.
Yeah, that is scary. So,
scary.
Yeah. So you guys, I want to talk about X factors in week 3 for each one of your guys' team. I guess I'll start with the Patriots. Who is your X factor on offense, and who is your X factor on defense?
For the offense, the X factor is whoever the hell is playing right tackle, because you're going against Cameron Jordan, and Cameron Jordan is at least a top 10 defensive lineman. You don't block him, you won't be scoring anything ever. So that has to be blocked. Defensively, I mean, we have like 4 pass rushers now. So whichever one gets to Winston is easy pick sixes. So that's the X factor for defense. Whatever's our pass rusher.
So one of your edge rushers, basically.
Any one of them. Just get the
or just anybody.
It's true. That's what happened last week with Carolina. They got to him and he couldn't do anything. And they won that dumb Jameis pick in the end of the game. That's all we need. Pass rush.
All right. Captain D. Who you got, man? X factor offense, defense, man.
X factor defense. Wake up, Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Ogbah. Let's get some pressure on Derek Carr. We need it. Let the corners do their job. Let's bring some pressure. Let's get some sacks and get some more turnovers. But that's the X factor. Let's get some pressure. Come on.
Offense.
Hey, let's get Gesicki involved. Let's get Gesicki working. Let's get Jalen Waddle. We got Will Fuller coming back. His first game back. Is he going to be much of a presence in there? I doubt it. hey, if it's a surprise and he is, great. But let's get Gesicki involved.
Okay. All right. Well, my X factor on my team offense is Josh Allen. I want to see him start to get his stuff together, right? Because he's had a okay first 2 weeks. First game was not the best. Second game, he started to play a little better in the second half. So he's definitely a player that he needs. I want to see him turn it around. This is the game I want him to see. Okay, that's the Josh Allen we saw from 2020. Defense, I'm going to go back to Gregory Rousseau, man. I think he's that good, man. If you guys saw the highlights, man, there's some plays there. Dude, he shouldn't even made the sack, and he's so long, man, that he still got a hold of his legs and made the sack. So that dude is just, man, he's going to be a beast, man. But he's my X factor on defense. Yeah, man. So I do want to talk about the quarterback situation. I'm going to talk about your guys because we know Josh, so I'm not going to really go into Josh. We're going to talk about Mac Jones. So you guys, Mac Jones, how you guys feel right now after the first 2 weeks? What do you see him as? Do you see him as a game manager right now, quarterback? Like, what do you feel about Mac Jones' first 2 weeks?
A game manager basically will sum it up. I think he does have the potential to be better than that based off game one because Miami's defense is absolutely wonderful. So the fact that he was able to stay in the pocket, he made some throws that only grown men will make. Like he wasn't really making rookie type throws in that game. He just could never hit pay dirt. It was the problem. That could be more of a problem with the skill position players more than him for that one game. So he has potential, but then we have last week where he was so damn conservative that everybody doesn't know if he could throw the ball past 10 yards. So it comes and goes. That's the problem with him. But he's a rookie. That was literally his second game, and he got his first bad game. He's I have to wait for the year for me to say I'm wrong or not because I don't like him still. But he impressed me week 1. Week 2, he's what I thought he would be. So I have to see what happens going forward. We have Saints tomorrow. We have Tampa the week after that, and then we have Dallas, who apparently can play defense.
Houston.
We have Houston before Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Houston's easy, thank God. And then then we'll have Dallas after that. So who will apparently play defense as Hurts and Herbert. So those are some tough ones because Dallas scores points. So that'll be the test to see if we can actually score. So we'll find out as weeks goes on. I think, like you said, the next time we do this check in for we'll
right,
really
good, bad, ugly.
Okay.
I think
we'll have a little bit. That's true. You're right. It's only 2 weeks. Kind of tough to judge somebody in 2 weeks, especially a rookie. Sometimes it's tough to judge them after a year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just those are just facts, right? Peyton Manning won one game his rookie season, so sometimes it takes time. But Peyton Manning was a total beast in college. Everybody knew Peyton Manning was going to be better than 1-15 quarterback, right?
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like that was no surprise that he turned it around after the year 1. But on to Tua. What do you think, Captain D? Listen, and I'm gonna be real with you here, and I'm gonna ask you this point blank: is Tua done, man? Like, are they giving up on Tua? Now, forget the injury. I'm not talking about just the injury, because injuries happen. But here's my feeling on Tua, bro. Tua is an injury guy. I don't think Tua is built for the NFL. I think I truly believe, listen, he may be Russell Wilson's size, but he's not his width. He's not as strong as him. He can't take a hit like Russell Wilson. They're way two different body frames. I also feel like Tua is not rolling out, like running. He's not a mobile quarterback because he's afraid to get hit. I don't think he could take that hit. That's one. All right, the injury factor. 2, I don't think he's really up to date on your playbook apparently, and it's probably not helping him that you got two different offensive coordinators that are probably giving him 2 different play calls. That I don't understand. And I told you that in last week that there is no way in hell that if you guys got let's say a top 10 quarterback. Let's just say they came to the Dolphins. There is no way. Deshaun Watson, fine. Let's say you guys get Deshaun Watson. There is no way in hell Deshaun Watson will be cool with a split OC. There is no way. I'm sorry. That would never happen. I think Deshaun Watson they would have one offensive coordinator that they have a relationship with, right? You can't have 2 OCs that you're talking to. One guy wants one play, the other guy. I've never heard of that. Yeah, 2 OCs. Can you believe it? They got a split OC? Yeah, so they don't have one OC. So that's bad. I've never heard of that. So I don't know what your coach is doing, but he's like almost setting up Tua to fail.
What is that? It's Brian Flores. Right. That's our guy. We like
so that's that, right? And then also, bro, it just seems like he's the same quarterback that he was last season, and he has the weapons. You have decent receivers. You have a hell of a tight end. Why is he going off his first read and then just totally that's it? He seems like he's lost in space. That's not good, bro. This is his second season. The fact, like I said, that he got pulled multiple games last year is not a good sign. He's already hurt now. And listen, he may be back for week 6. You don't know that. Maybe Jacoby does okay, and the coaching staff, which wouldn't shock me, keeps Jacoby in there. You never know. I doubt it, but I don't think Tua's going to be there next year, bro. I just don't. I think you guys are a 9-win team, 8-win team, and you're going to have to listen. In today's NFL right now, it seems like a lot of teams are just they're not giving these guys a lot of chances. So they're moving on quick. You guys got a ton of picks now. They're very impatient with their quarterbacks, unless they are totally sold on him. And I don't think the Dolphins are totally sold on Tua. I just don't think so. What do you think, Captain D? I just did my little rant on Tua, man.
Let me just start off and say this. This is a damn shame, everything that's being said. It's a damn shame. This guy had half a rookie season. Half a rookie season was taken out on some of the plays. He showed us some stuff. He did show some stuff. But this is a damn shame. And he gets hurt on the second game of the season on the second drive. We haven't seen it enough, unfortunately. Yeah, the writing's on the wall that maybe he might not be the guy, injuries, but technically we haven't seen enough. And he showed us enough to where we're saying, hey, maybe there could be something there. There's a reason why the Miami Dolphins have added on certain pieces to help him. But now with him being an IR, this is another huge question mark. How much patience do the Miami Dolphins have? That's the biggest question. We don't see what they see in practices, and we see a little bit from training camp, but what we hear from the beat writers, but it all matters on game day, and we haven't seen enough. So this is, do they pull the trigger on somebody else like a Deshaun Watson, or just say, you know what, we're going to scrap this? It's just a big question mark right now. I think I've seen enough to where you say, hey, you got to give this guy more of a chance, more of an opportunity. The pedigree is there, but there hasn't been enough time to really say, hey, you know what, we got to separate. We got to get away from this guy. I just don't.
I agree with Captain D, everything he said. I do agree. I agree with him as far as give him an opportunity. But the difference between that is the Dolphins knew that Tua was injury prone, especially with the hip injury coming out of Alabama, which is why he fell to 5. He fell to them. Other than he would have been the number 1 pick if he didn't get hurt in Alabama. So my thing is that, and then you start to see him get hurt more. And then, me personally speaking, you mentioned on Tommy about if Jacoby plays well and you put him in the game, they may end up putting him in. I think it kills his confidence. I think if you do that, you have to get rid of him. You have to. But 100%. I don't see them doing that. I think that they'll give him a chance. I think Brian Flores, if he doesn't do what I think he's going to do, like you mentioned, give him a chance to flourish. They did build the offense around him. Now, it doesn't help that the offensive line is bad, but they did add weapons for him. Now, I think, personally, Brian Flores should get played, like you mentioned before, to Gesicki. It's really good, and I don't think he's being utilized. I think that once he loses the first read, he's flustered, he's trying to make a play, and then you get him. I think Tua, like
usually
I said,
the formula for a bad quarterback. I
think we need to give Tua like at least a full season, or barring any injury, to at least see what you got. I don't see that. I don't think you can have what you see enough yet. You know what I'm saying? I still think there still needs to be more of more of a learning curve for him. Now, at the end of the year, and you still haven't seen anything else, then yeah, whatever. But I personally think they had the opportunity to trade for Deshaun Watson. They should have did everything they could, but then Houston's just a horrible franchise. But I don't know why they didn't trade on that one. But
right,
that's just
it's a sticky situation. I'll be honest, I wouldn't trade for him, even if I was desperate at this moment in time. I wouldn't touch that situation because you don't know where it's going yet. I think by the end of the season, you'll know. Like, you should know, right? The NFL should already have done their investigation by then. And then if Miami's trying to pull the trigger then fine. But I'm telling you right now, if they trade Tua, I already think his confidence, to be honest with you, is already, it can't be that all-time high. I mean, like, right, like he's being benched on important moments of the game. Like, it's just so weird. And I don't even think his coach.
Jacoby's a stocky guy, man. We needed a 4th and 1, so you just,
I'm going to throw a name out there. And Trevor Juan actually hit me up on this.
I think I know where
you're going. Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. And listen, I'm just curious. I know you shake your head, Captain D, and maybe you don't want him. But
no, sir. No.
But you don't know how long. You don't know how long the rib thing's going to last, right? They're only saying right now for week 6. What if Jacoby gets hurt? What if he gets hurt? What if he plays god awful? I don't know who your third string is, but I would assume Cam Newton is better than your third string. So would you guys be willing to bring him in? And if you're willing to bring him in, does that really say then that's it for Tua for the season? Because
hey, listen, like there was a comment earlier, my boy Jason Figueroa, Reed Sinnott. If you remember, that's our third.
I have no idea who the hell that is.
No idea who that is.
That's our third.
I thought you were telling me about a book or something. Reed Sinnott. I thought you were telling me about a book named Sinnott. I'm like, I should have Googled it. I'm like, Sinnott. What book is this on Amazon?
Well, that's our third string quarterback.
Wow,
hey,
that's bad.
But Cam Newton, really?
I'm all right.
Cam Newton, really?
Well,
I don't know.
Listen, I mean, he's better than Reed Sinnott. I had no idea that was a quarterback. But
yeah, me and Ryan were talking about that. We were talking about that when it came out that this earlier that Tua got hurt. It was obviously. So I said, Cam Newton is available. I mean, I know it's a bad taste in people's mouths because of what they've seen from him in New England. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if Jacoby does get hurt, the only person that fits that scheme of that type of quarterback for that scheme that they're running in Miami, I don't see. I mean, yeah, running a mobile quarterback. I don't see Cam Newton. So why not Cam Newton? If you're gonna give him a chance, though. But I do see the reluctance from Miami fans about that. So I do see it though. But it's just a thought.
I just
and it could go bad quick too, because let's say you bring him in, like let's say hypothetically you bring him in, he plays, Tua comes back, you bench Cam. Let's say Cam's doing okay, but he made some big. Let's say he won a game or two. You bring Tua back in, so let's say Tua plays bad for a quarter. Do the fans start chanting for Cam's name because they're sick of Tua already? That could be a problem.
That's why
then you got a problem for Tua, because you want to talk about like things turning quickly. No, it could happen. It really can. And you know that. Fans want to see like the new guy in town, right? Even though Cam's not like a young dude, but he's still Cam Newton. He still holds the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Former MVP quarterback. Like I said, he comes in for that reason. Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So what happens if they start chanting Cam's name after Tua makes an interception or a back quarter? And then what if let's say your coach pulls him again for the fourth quarter? Let's Cam do the ending drive, 2-minute drive. It could happen. He did it.
I just don't see the Dolphins signing Cam Newton. What they've invested with Jacoby. Tua's on IR. They're going to be smart. I'm pretty sure he could probably come back earlier, but they're going to be smart, being that he has injury issues. They signed Reed Sinnott, obviously, to the team as a third-string backup. Hey, there's a plan in place, but now to bring in Cam, I think that just it just blows up everything.
What type of 1700s name is that?
Sir,
Yeah.
Senate.
I swear to God, I thought
war name. Like what the hell is that, dude?
That's the weirdest, bro. I really thought you were telling me about a book. I swear to God, I thought you were telling me like some like article or something. Like
Senate. Remember that name.
I've never.
Ready, OJ? Ready. I think it's time for a tree sweet break. Okay, boss. This is Potrero Hill where I grew up. And this is Tree Sweet, the orange juice I grew up on. It's rich in natural energy. And the kids, they like...
Sip and save beer. Why pay more?
All right, that's another one of my sponsors there. Cheap beer, 99 cents. You guys can get it anywhere, 12 ounce. Good beer, guys. You guys got that over there at your local in the Bronx?
The closest thing we got to that is the Cobras. The Cobras for 50 cents. The Cobras, but
you got the King Cobra.
The only time you see the Cobras if you are a crackhead in the Bronx. Other than that, I wouldn't do that shit at all.
Oh, okay.
You went there.
Let's see. I do got a motivational speaker here. Let's see here before we get out in our score predictions. So let's hear it.
There comes a time when you got to make up your own mind. You got to do what's right and what's right for you. It sounds easy, don't it? But it ain't. Courtney knows that now. Making your own decision is part of growing up. It's tough because you learn there's more than one way to go. So think hard. Make the best choice you can. If you respect your decision, so will everyone else, especially me, Mr. T.
The hell is all?
All right. Did you guys learn anything right there from Mr. T? You guys got to take
definitely learned a lot from Mr. T right there.
Did you? All right. Hey, you guys. That's that guy there.
Mr. T.
You're gonna learn a lot from him during this season. He's gonna give you some good messages. All right, so let's get to the score prediction. We're gonna start off with the Patriots game first. Saints versus Patriots. Trevor Juan, give me your score prediction, man.
19-17 New England.
Ooh,
17-14 New England.
Wow, really close. Captain D, what do you think on that game?
On New England?
Yeah, New England. Saints versus Patriots in New England.
Saints versus Patriots. I got Saints 21, Patriots 13.
Ooh,
that's plausible.
Trevor and Juan.
It's plausible, yeah.
Yikes.
Sorry.
Okay. I got the Patriots winning this game. I think the defense is pretty good. I think James is going to make mistakes again, as typical James does. But I don't like the Patriots offense. I'll be real with you. I know you guys are talking about your running back being like this awesome guy, and his yards were pretty bad last week.
It was hard when your line
against a bad. Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah. So however it works, but I have this game 19-16 Patriots win.
Yeah,
19-16. That's I think it's a fair score. It's kind of what you've been averaging.
Yeah,
like points wise. So that's where I got. So next game we're gonna do the Jets in Denver. Trevor Juan, what you think, man? Prediction.
I'm going to Denver 30-9.
Ooh, okay.
I'll go 31-10. Literally 1 point more.
Damn, right. What you got, man?
27-10 Broncos at Mile High. I got Denver.
Okay. Yeah, I got Denver 30-10 in this game. All right. Miami versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Trevor Juan, what you got, man?
I'm gonna go Raiders 21-10.
Raiders 28-7.
Okay, Captain D.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a homer here. We came off a thrashing, an embarrassing thrashing at home we pull ourselves together. We did this last year. We came back late, got that late field goal. Let me write it down real quick. 24-21 Dolphins. Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
I'm gonna be pissed if that's the score. I bet
I'm
under in that
mad.
game. I'm gonna be
at
so
the
mad
score,
that's the score. I bet under in that game. I'm gonna be so
that there's no way in hell.
If they win though, it has to be under 20. I don't think if you allow 20 points, whatever, from the
I agree.
Yeah, it has to be a game like ours.
I agree. I don't even think it's gonna be a game like yours. I think the Raiders are gonna listen. We beat you guys 35-0 in Miami. With both quarterbacks, like pick your poison. They were both awful. I don't see why it would get any better. Being on the road now against a team that's played very well the last 2 games. I got this score being Raiders 35, Dolphins 6. 35-6. I think you guys will break your no score streak against the Raiders with 2 field goals, 2 for 2. Hey man, that's. I mean, you guys did nothing last week. 0 at home. I don't know why it's such a wow. Will Fuller is not going to be because the big answer why you guys are going to score points. Like it's just and Jacoby Brissett. Come on, he's Jacoby Brissett. So that's going to be the score, man. I just don't see you guys doing much against this Raiders team, man. That's played very well. But yeah. That's that. Last game, Washington football team versus the Bills. Trevor Juan, what you got, man?
I like 28-17. Little garbage time touchdown for the almost said the R word. A football team.
Right.
27-17.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Yeah. All right. Captain D, what you got, man?
I got the Bills right now, 28-7 on a roll. They're taking care of business.
Yes, I like it.
They're taking care of business.
Well, we are at home, and I have the score being 41-9. We're going to demolish them.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys. Listen, I was very close last week.
You were.
I was very close. I think that, I think Washington's going to turn the ball over multiple times and put us in very good scoring position, where that's why the score is going to be a little bit higher. It's not going to be so much our offense is going to, really light it up. But I do see our offense playing a lot better, and I'll give you a hot take. Josh Allen will go over 300 yards for the first time this season. I think he'll do at least 350. I think you're going to see Stephon Diggs have a breakout game. And Devin Singletary, by the way, for everyone shitting on Devin Singletary from back in the offseason, he's shitting right back, and he's showing you guys, hey, man, I am the number 1 back. And dude's averaging 6 yards a carry. He's on that terrible O-line, by the way. Bad O-line, and he's still getting his, man. So, yeah, I don't think this game's going to be close. I think Taylor Heineke is going to show his colors, and he's going to be bad. He's going to be really bad, and they're going to wish Fitz is back soon. But, yeah, guys, hey, I want to thank you guys for coming on, man. I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming on today. I know this went a little longer than usual. Not too long, but hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for my corny shotgun bullets to you guys earlier. But hey, man, that's me, corny guy. But hey, thanks again, guys. Where can we find you guys? Sports Dynasty Podcast. Where can everybody?
You can find us on. You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We have a Facebook and Instagram. You can type us up at Sports Dynasty Podcast. And you can see us there. Join our Facebook group. Tommy can tell you we have contests for the NFL Pick'ems, and which is really, really entertaining. Join, be a part of the conversation, and yeah, it's a lot of fun over there, man. I can't know what to say about that. It's really, really good.
And you guys got anything going on other than that, besides the Pick'em thing? Any upcoming events or any shows that you guys are doing off the fly? Because I know sometimes you guys have random shows. Sometimes it's all, or do you guys have specific days people can go watch?
We might have a basketball one because tip-off is in a month, so we might have a live show for them. I gotta ask the basketball brand, see what they want to do.
For the Pistons, cool, man. All right, good.
Also
good.
For baseball, the players start next week, so we're thinking about having a show for that next week as well. For the first,
I heard of that.
Yeah.
All right. I started something good. All right, you guys can go talk amongst yourselves. Captain D, man, where can we find you, man?
Real quick, I just want to say thank you, Mafia Sports Report, Sports Dynasty Podcast, for having me on. Thank you so much. You can find me at Captain D _ at Fins Talk. Thank you so much, and let's go Dolphins.
All right, man. You guys know where to find me, Mafia Sports Report, and peace out.
Peace.